Welcome back to Christian Connections here at the Loma Linda Broadcasting Network. We're going to hear from Esther a little bit later, but first of all, I'm going to introduce you to two guys that you really want to know. They're with the Loma Linda University, and the first person is no stranger to LLBN. You see him occasionally. Oh, excuse me, that must be Ganem. Hi, Ganem. Oh, I'm sorry I can't talk right now because I'm on the air. So, okay, yeah, I'll call you later. Thanks. Bye-bye. Oh, sorry about that, folks. As I was saying, Dr. Stephen Dunbar is with the Earth and Biological Sciences at Loma Linda University.
That's right.
And you got a fascinating job. We're going to talk about that in just a minute because I want to introduce your friend Alex Sokolov. Alex, what do you do for the university?
I worked on the Russian MPH program from 2005 to 2009 when the Loma Linda School of Public Health was offering a full-on Masters in Public Health in Russia. And Russia is my country. I am Russian, so I was part of that team. I was translating and coordinating the project. I also, during that time, I studied and I graduated with an MBA in Healthcare Administration from the School of Public Health. And then for 1 year, or about a year in 2010, I worked at the Global Health Institute. I was coordinating the Haiti Relief. I was coordinating the volunteers that the Global Health Institute was placing at the hospital, at the Adventist
Hospital. Did you actually go to Haiti? Or
no, I never got to go myself, but I would just work with a lot of volunteers, with a lot of wonderful people. During the time that I was there, we placed about 700 volunteers right in the middle of that relief operation.
Nice. All from Loma Linda University or from other areas?
No, they were from all around the country.
I see.
From all around the country.
So you were just like the clearinghouse, the central point.
Yes, I was very much that. Yes.
Yeah. And then you were saying?
Yeah, and at the moment my wife is finishing her residency here, and I'm a stay-at-home dad, but I have this tendency for development. So, and we can probably tell you a bit more about it as we explore more this initiative that we came here to talk to you about.
Well, thank you very much. And, let's find out what Steve is up to these days. Now, you're a guy that just loves to swim with the fishes, or more accurately, we could say...
with the turtles.
The turtles.
Yeah.
Not just the turtles,
yes.
but the big ones.
The big sea turtles, that's right.
Yeah, over there in Honduras.
In Honduras.
And Belize?
No, I mainly am focused on Honduras. There's a lot of work there to be done.
So what do sea turtles and Loma Linda University have to do? Sea turtles are in Honduras and Loma Linda is in Loma Linda.
Well, our mission, the mission of the university, is about continuing the teaching and healing ministry of Jesus. And part of that teaching and healing ministry was about teaching about and healing the earth, nature and creation. And so our department, the Department of Earth and Biological Sciences, is really focused on conservation efforts, wildlife research, and being involved with the creation, helping people to conserve animals and environments around the planet.
So what can you tell us about the current state of affairs as far as the health of the planet are concerned? I mean, are the polar bears really going to be extinct in the next 90 weeks?
Well, we don't really know at this point, but we know for sure that the health of the planet is declining, and there are signs all around the planet that the planet is really sick, and that includes things like coral reefs, terrestrial habitats, even rainforests in Central and South America.
You say the planet is really sick, and that kind of goes on with the times we're living in.
That's correct.
I keep hearing that word, there's the signs of this and the signs of that, economic signs, health signs, and now we've got the planet in distress.
Absolutely.
Where is it going to all lead?
Well, we know that the planet is going to continue to deteriorate until Christ comes. But he entrusted the planet to us, and he wants us to care for it as best as we can, to be his stewards. And so part of our calling in the department is really to go forward and try to alleviate as much of the suffering of animals, of the planet, and of community members as we can.
So it's more a matter of stewardship and not go back to the earth and hug trees. And
Well-
there is a science behind your science.
Absolutely. And the science is what guides our conservation efforts. And of course, part of the conservation efforts is really involving and involved with the communities that heavily rely on many of these endangered species. So when
Now, give us an example of that.
Well, for example, with the sea turtles, we have communities in Honduras who harvest the sea turtle eggs. And those eggs are sold to markets, and essentially they're used as an aphrodisiac. But a lot of the community members actually make a part of their annual income based on the harvesting and selling of those eggs. So once those eggs are lost, they've lost that portion of their annual income. So we're trying to change the way that they get an income from the environment, the habitat, so that rather than using it up, that it's somewhat sustainable. They can continue to use the same turtle over and over again and draw an income from that turtle in a way that doesn't use the turtle in a consumptive manner.
So develop an alternative product, like tourism.
Exactly, ecotourism and some of the other things that go along with that.
You mentioned an interesting word. What's ecotourism about?
Well,
I keep seeing Greenpeace ships in the background.
Oh, this isn't about Greenpeace ships.
It's not connected to that.
No, that's
or
right.
Some of the other.
No.
This is a program unto its own.
It is, although ecotourism is really a global phenomenon.
I see that occasionally on the Travel Channel.
Correct. And it's a growing industry where people want to go to areas where they can see endangered species, they can experience ecosystems and habitats that are not typical to their native homes. And it's a way of increasing income in those local areas.
Now, you brought some footage for us to look at, and a whole bunch of stills, and we decided to choose the video. And
Okay,
so
good.
let's take a look at that video and have you tell us what we're going to be seeing here just in a minute, and when, because I just surprised the director. I threw a curveball at them. So let's talk a little bit more about how your department is supported.
Well, our department is supported both through the university as well as through the General Conference. They do allocate some funds towards the department because the Department of Earth and Biological Sciences is a place where we're training graduate students, not only to be researchers, but also to be teachers, both within and outside of the Adventist education system. And so we're supported by both the university and the General Conference. We also have some donors who specifically donate funds to the department for us to be able to buy equipment that's needed, and also to support some of our international students from Africa, South America, and various places.
So this is really a wide-ranging interest, private community,
Yes.
corporate community,
Right.
academic community.
And in the department, we have both a focus on biology as well as geology. So it's a nice opportunity for graduate students.
So how do you
get
tie this all into the Bible? Is it through creationism or?
There is a tie-in in that way through the connection of faith and science, and we are very much scientists, and yet we're also very much Adventists who believe in the foundations of the Bible, and therefore that guides the way we look at our science, the way we look at how we investigate things. And so I think that's an important tie-in of faith and science.
Well, let's look at some pictures of God's science.
Sure.
Right here on LLBN. Now, just give us a tour of what we're going to see.
This is one of the communities that I work in Honduras, the community of El Venado. And in this particular video, we're seeing some of the students and faculty members that went down to the community to work with some of the local community members and provide health care and dental care to the community. Here, some of the nutrition students are working with some of the local cooks, some of the ladies that cook in the little turtle center, and helping them to understand nutrition. And of course, we're providing free dental care to the community. Here's a little bit of the surroundings around the community of El Venado. And I've been working in this community for about 3 years now, going on to our 4th. This was actually a SIMS trip, which is Students for International Mission Service. And we're planning another SIMS trip coming up here at the last week of August as well. This is part of my conservation projects because, again, we're combining not just the science and the conservation of the sea turtles, but also working with the local communities in helping them to develop alternative income sources. And part of that is for us to bring groups down to the community where they can see turtles and also where they can help to support the income of the local communities. So there you saw some of the turtle eggs
That they harvest and
that they're
sell
harvesting
in the
and sell.
local markets.
Correct. So that's the turtle center right here.
Mm.
And we work out of that center. Here at this particular time, you'll see various aspects of the medical outreach and mission that the SIMS group was doing some medical checks,
Health studies.
and health checkups for local people.
Looks like it's kind of warm out there.
It is. It's a tropical place.
Who are these
Very
fellas?
beautiful. This is now on the north coast in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
There I am swimming.
Yeah, very
with,
hard labor, I
some
noticed.
some of the sea turtles. That's my office, actually. So it's pretty nice to be able to work in an environment like that. And this is also part of the sea turtle research. We are working on in-water surveys and
Is that
in-water
part
behavior.
of Alex's fin there hanging out of his mouth?
No, but it's a beautiful place, and we really are blessed to be able to work in this kind of an environment. But this is all part of our research work, and of course it's combined with the conservation. So this is the Reef House Resort on Roatan that we're working out of, and here you see we have one of the turtles that we've been measuring and weighing, taking blood samples for genetics, and we're just releasing it back into this protective pool where the turtles wait for us to have the opportunity to then take them back out and release them into the open ocean.
So this is the pool.
No, this is actually back out in the ocean where
okay.
we've released them, and they very often are not concerned about us at all. We release them, and then we'll follow them around and take photographs and video of them, study their behavior once they've been released, and then be able to gather that kind of information.
Interesting. You leave us with the sight of sharks circling
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. Well, they don't bother us, so we're
they got
okay with them.
lots to eat.
That's right. That's right.
Big ocean, and those turtles are really fabulous. How long do they live?
They can live quite a long time. They're usually, we assume that they live anywhere upwards of 60, 80 to probably 100 years or so. It's very difficult to tell how old a turtle is while it's alive, so we estimate how old it is by calculating a few different things. But we estimate that they live a long time if they're given the chance.
So, in a nutshell, the goal of your research is?
The goal of our research is really the conservation of sea turtles. Some of these turtles are critically endangered and their populations are shrinking. And so we're working with the communities to start conservation projects where we can take some of those eggs that are usually going to the market and recycle them, that is, hatch the eggs out, put those hatchlings back into the water and know that they're going to come back in 15 or 16 years from now when they mature.
Seen any results at all?
Not so far because
It's too soon.
too soon. We've just been working there for about 5 or 6 years now, so we're still tagging turtles and collecting samples for DNA.
Now, I saw a boatload of people are floating down the channel, and Alex, there's a program which people can get involved and kind of participate for a week or so. In fact, today happens to be a deadline. If you want to get your paper and pencil handily, you might want to write this information down because it's going to be pretty interesting. Called Echo Boot Camp. What is that?
Yes.
You're co-founder, by the way.
Yes, yes. We, together with Dr. Dunbar, myself, and Charles Rollins, you know, the personal trainer, who couldn't quite make it to this filming today. He's busy training.
Yeah, he's swimming with the turtle. I know.
Well, he's swimming with his clients.
Yes,
No, not exactly with the turtles. But anyway, we came up with this idea of an eco boot camp. It's a combination of an already existing ecotourism,
Yes.
which is already a big and established industry, and an emerging industry, fitness tourism. What fitness tourism is about is people get together in groups. You know, they have trainers, nutritionists, maybe yoga instructors, you know, all sorts of other, you know, fitness components instructors, and they go to some exotic locations and they train, sometimes for a week, sometimes for 2 weeks, sometimes even for a month at a time.
Got to be in really great shape to do this kind of a program?
No, actually, the goal of the program is to get
Right.
into that kind of a shape.
So you got what we're talking about is a week-long program presently.
Yeah, at this moment we're talking about weekly. Yeah, about week couple. Maybe we'll be able to eventually have maybe 2, 3, 4 week-long sessions throughout the year, hosted by the El Venado Turtle Center. And so, and the idea is that we get a group of people, about 10 to 12. We travel to a turtle center, to El Venado, Honduras, and there, you know, the participants, the camp participants, they not only train. And these are beautiful, beautiful surroundings. They swim in that ocean. They run those hills.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You've seen the Turtle Center, and you know that beautiful deck is wonderful for stretching and for all sorts of other things. But they also participate actively in the conservation projects.
Sure.
We have a tentative schedule, and every day we give them about 3 to 4 hours where they do community outreach, whether they help Dr. Dunbar with his projects, whether they are involved in the construction work and helping out the Turtle Center or the community.
Yeah.
Another thing that they could do is ESL, English as a Second Language, outreach and teach some conversational English skills to the community members who want to
So
be...
it's really a mission outreach.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very much
Absolutely.
so.
And this is open to anybody right now.
To anybody right now.
And this is the last day, as a matter of fact.
This is
was
the
supposed to be the deadline for signing up, and you got about 6 places left, I understand?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
The first camp we wanted to run from May 18 to May 26.
Right.
And we need about 10 people to make it happen, you know, to split the costs and so that it's affordable.
Right.
And,
it does, you know, there is a cost associated.
Yes.
I'm not going to talk about the cost right
Right.
now, and they can get it in touch with you for
Yeah.
more
Correct.
information. In fact, they're going to have to do that pretty quickly, aren't they?
Right.
Yes, yes. And another camp that we will be running this year will be in August. And exactly, it will be August 17 to 25.
Oh, so if you don't
believe.
make this one, maybe
Correct.
you
You
want
get-
to
yeah.
put that on your
There's another
calendar and
opportunity.
give you more time to check it out. But Honduras is a beautiful
Oh,
place.
absolutely
Yeah.
fabulous.
I've been in the region, you know, a few times.
Yes, yeah.
I don't want to come home.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you come back.
Well, I have a wife here, so that brings me back every
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
So, Alex,
Yes.
what was the last word? What would you want to tell our audience before we have to say goodbye?
I would invite everybody who is interested in this particular project. This is a brand new, we are the ones who came up with this idea of merging the two kinds of tourism, ecotourism and fitness tourism together. And I will invite everybody to email us to ecobootcamp@gmail.com. And we can then send a full-out booklet, all sorts of information. Another thing that we will be doing is on May 12th at 8 o'clock at the Drayson Center, we will be providing a free sample training for everybody who is interested. They can come to the Drayson Center at Loma Linda University at 8 o'clock. We will probably talk a little bit about this initiative, and then we'll do a little bit of a Eco Boot Camp type training, maybe for an hour and a half, give people, those who are interested, a bit of a sample.
This Sunday?
May 12th.
12th.
So not this coming Sunday, but in a week.
Okay, so you
8
you have
o'clock.
time to
8 o'clock at the Dresden Center.
Okay, for more information, we've got the website. In fact, if you don't get the website, just call us here at Christian Connection, and Hannah will put you in touch with these guys. And this is really a really great opportunity to do some fabulous mission work. If you want more information, don't forget to call. They're waiting to hear from you now. Today's supposed to be the deadline, but they're going to stretch it up just a little bit.